Welcome to Delphi Tube from Qasim Shahzad. In last video, we saw how to move a button at runtime. In this video, we will expand on this concept and we will see how we can move say 20 buttons at runtime. And you see, we write these lines, say up to 40-50 lines for moving a single button, but we should not be repeating this pattern for moving all those buttons, because that will be a wastage and not an elegant and decent way. So we have to attach this code with all those buttons so that all those buttons can use this code without duplication. But moving ahead, first of all, as always, we need to refactor. Refactoring at the start of session and refactoring at the end of every coding session is a good practice to make your code in a better way. So because when we are in a problem solving mode, we are focused on solving the problem, but once problem is solved, we can look at code better and make it more readable so that we can know it, understand it a few months later, and other people can understand it easily. So let us make this code a bit better, not only from this point of view, but also from this point of view that we want to add more buttons that will be using this code. So we have to fine tune it. Okay. Moving ahead, first of all, this F is moving. It seems now seems to me that it's not a good name. It should be FMovable. So let us go with MMX command, rename in scope, and let us say module, whole module, and name and change its name to FMovable. So once it is replaced, and let us save it and see what we have. You see, on this button we have attached on mouse down, on mouse move, and on mouse up. And take a look at these names. These are button movable mouse down, button 1 mouse down, button 2 mouse. These are automatic names created by Delphi to help us quickly create a solution. But these are not much readable names. We need to convert these names to a better names, and so that they are more readable. And we have to follow the verb subject form and with the clarity of purpose, and it will make our code consistent and easy to understand. Okay, on mouse down, what we are actually doing is not obvious from here, but what we are actually doing is we are enabling moving button. So on mouse down, its name should be enable moving. On mouse up, what we want actually to do is to disable moving. And on mouse move, what we do, we actually move button. That's all. Let's see our code. So you see, we replaced it here, but Delphi changed it here, changed it in our interface section, and also changed it in whole form wherever it is used. So this automation helps us a lot, and we can focus on the problem and not on our tool. So let us save it all, and with this improved readability, we can move forward. And now we want to attach more buttons to this. Attaching more button will require a generalization. You see, in this enable moving, we are not using our this component which is BTNMovable. Wherever BTNMovable is present, and that is attached to a single button, we have to somehow generalize it so that we can attach other buttons with this code. Here we don't have BTNMovable. Same is true for here, but here we have this BTNMovable. We need to remove this and generalize this so that we can use it for other buttons. And when we will attach some other button to this event handler, every button will be a sender. So we will cause this sender to a TButton and use it. Here we go. In Delphi we can define a variable here, and we say it is a button and cast a button and cast sender as TButton. You see, we are sending only buttons here, so it is safe for this short example. But for other purposes, we might need to check if sender is a TButton, then cast is to TButton. Otherwise, we might have some error. So, casting this sender to a button. Now we will replace BTNMovable with this variable. Saving this, and let us run it to see how it goes. You see here it is working fine. So if it is working fine, we can move ahead. Okay, now that we have refactored it and it's running fine, let us move on and add more buttons to here. We will select button, and by pressing shift and clicking on button, we can add as many buttons as we want. Let us add 21 buttons. 6 and 7. That's sufficient. Let us select them. Let us make our original here. And it is line top. Basically, line them bottoms basically, and then let us line them space centers basically vertical. That's making some adjustment to make these buttons look better. So now that it's almost okay, we have all these buttons. We want to attach all those 3 event handlers to these buttons so that we can move all these buttons with those lines of code, and it is very easy in Delphi. Just select all these buttons from here, or you can directly select them from here, and you see these are button 1 to 21, and then we will go on events, and we have to attach those mouse events, but we will do on mouse down enable moving, on mouse up disable moving, and on mouse move we will say move button. That's all. Let us save it and run it, and as you can see, this button is moving, this button is movable, this button is movable, and our original button is also movable with mouse. So we succeeded in moving these are 21 and 22 buttons with that same code, and as you can guess, there is no limit. We can use the same code to move hundreds of buttons and maybe other components also, but that has some tricks to solve. And so this concludes this tutorial how to move multiple buttons at runtime in Delphi. Have a great time. Please like and subscribe to motivate me to create more content. Thanks. Have a great time. Bye.